Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to uncover what skill or trait will make you wealthy, will help you get to that next level of abundance that you desire. We are picking today's readings with a very special deck here. So my publisher, Muse Oracle Press, sent me this deck before it hits stores worldwide. So this is an advanced copy that I'm excited to share with you all and introduce you to. This is the Creatrix Awakened Oracle deck by Shannon Vandenberg. It's a gorgeous deck and I'm excited to use it for today's reading. I'll be sure to leave links below in the description and pinned comment as to where you can pre-order the deck in case you just fall in love with it like I have. Also, let me know if you want to see an unboxing and flip through video of this deck or other decks here on this channel. I am happy to make some of those for you all if that's something that you're interested in. Just let me know in the comments. Now, this is a timeless reading, so anytime you find this video is exactly when you need to hear these messages. As we dive into this reading together, as always, remember to take what resonates from these readings and to leave what doesn't. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found this video and this channel. My name is Taylor Eaton. I am a wealth activator, a money mindset and manifestation expert, a channel, and I am the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck and The Way of the Wealthy Woman, both of which we will be using in each of the readings to channel some guidance for you. Pre-order is open for The Way of the Wealthy Woman, so if you want to be sure to reserve your copy, I'll leave the link below to do so for you. Now, let's run through the decks and their crystals so that you can pick your reading if you haven't already. So today we have deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. If you like to pick by crystal, deck 1 we have Pyrite, deck 2 is clear quartz, and deck 3 is Citrine. We will be incorporating multiple decks into each of the readings, and I will list all of the decks used in this reading in the description below. You can absolutely watch more than one of the readings. If more than one deck is calling to you, that just means that there is guidance for you in each of those readings. So, pause the video if you like, take however long you need to tune into your inner guidance, your intuition, to see which deck or decks or crystals you are just inexplicably drawn to, and then click the timestamps below in the description to jump to your reading, and I'll see you there. Hello, deck number 1. We are going to dive into your reading to see what skill or trait will make you rich, what will help you get to that next level of abundance that you desire. I have a feeling that a lot of these skills or traits will come easily to you, and maybe you've overlooked them or didn't realize they were as valuable as they are. Maybe this reading will help you connect the dots between those gifts and how they can be leveraged for more abundance. We may also end up, I'm kind of getting the nudge here, that we may end up shining a light on more than one skill here for you. So we'll see how the reading unfolds. My hope is that this reading gives you some inspiration, ideas of how you can leverage gifts and skills you have for more abundance, or it just shows you where you're already on the right track to manifesting more wealth and where you can kind of double down, right? So let's move our crystal out of the way and we are going to start shuffling and dive right in. I cannot get over the rainbow foiling on these cards. This is the Creatrix Awakened deck from a fellow author of mine at my publisher, and it's an advanced copy, and I think it's just the most beautiful thing. Wow. All right, let's see what comes up for you. Okay, so you have Soul Radiance, Radiant Creatrix, Divine Embodiment. I'm gonna grab, one second, I'm gonna go adjust my light because there is such a beautiful finish on these cards, but it gets a glare. So let me go adjust that real quick. Okay, let's see if this is a little bit better. That looks better. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more cards. I already see a trait here for you, which is so exciting, but let's get some more guidance, more clarity as we dive in to your reading here. We have Acolyte, New Projects and Learning. We have Accepting Help, Guidance, the Fate. Get this just one more card to start us off, at least for this first trait of yours. Oh my gosh, beautiful. The Priest, perseverance, faith. All right, so my deck one's the first trait, right? We'll see if we uncover more for you. But the first trait, the big thing that's Source is wanting to bring through for you here, to bring your attention to, in terms of what skill or trait will make you wealthy, will help you call in that next level of abundance, is I see and I'm feeling this energy that's just like, it's almost infinite. It's like a fractal, if you know fractal, right? Where it's like you can just keep zooming in and it's the same thing over and over and it feels like you're going deeper and deeper, but it's never ending. That's your creativity. Like, this is your creativity, right? We have Radiant Creatrix, Divine Embodiment. Your creativity, your imagination, your kind of like openness to the world, to the universe is the big skill. And we're gonna get more specific here with these cards. But this is like, I just am sensing you're a highly creative person. Now, often when we say creative, we often immediately have the association, at least for a lot of people, maybe not you, but a lot of people often associate that with art, artistry, or like artistic ability, which could be the case for you. I do feel that a lot of you here who were drawn to deck one have artistic abilities that can lead to more abundance for you. But that's just one aspect of being creative, right? Like, when you think about a creator, someone who creates things, right? That's you. You're a creator. You're meant to be creating things. Now, creating things can look so many different ways. You can create businesses. You can create video games. You can create art. You can create pieces of writing. You can create content. There's so many different things you can create, right? You can create teams. You can put teams together, right? But I see that your gift lies in your ability to think creatively, thinking outside the box, right? And not only thinking outside the box, but your ability to think outside the box as soon as you jump into something. I'm getting that you're someone who, it's not that you need to be a master of something in order to apply your creativity to it. It's like you can jump in to anything, and within like a day or just like a couple minutes of learning something, you all of a sudden are having all these creative ideas of how it can be approached differently, how it could be improved, how you can apply your vision, your creativity, your imagination to it. Like, and it comes so easily to you, I get, that you don't even realize that not everyone can do this. Not everyone can just jump into a new project or to learning something and within a few minutes or just the very beginning stages of it say, oh my gosh, what if we did this and it would innovate this? Or what if it was applied this way? It's like so many people struggle to think outside the box, even after they've mastered something, even after they know all of it. Oftentimes, a lot of people, we kind of tend to like be boxed in by the knowledge that's given to us. And we don't even think that there's something outside of it. But you see all of that. Like, you don't even see the bounds is what I'm getting. You don't even see the lines that everyone else is drawing within it. For you, it's just a blank canvas. That's what I'm getting for you. And that applies to your life. That applies to any skills you learn. That applies to any new projects you work on, any new jobs you have, any new businesses you might start, right? Like, you just have this limitless, infinite, like that fractal of creativity. That's just like, there's no end to it, and there's no limitation on how it can be applied. I'm also getting that when you have a vision for something, so let's say you jump into, because let's be clear, the skill here is your like amazing creativity and ability to think outside the box. Now, clearly, when you start a new job or you are creating something in your business or you're learning a new skill or you're in a position and you learn something new in a job, and you can think of different ways to apply it and different ways of approaching it that other people might not see. Of course, you can see how that would make you a valuable asset to a company. It could also be really great for consulting as well. If you do any sort of consulting work, where you can just come in and look at a situation and give completely different solutions or suggestions than anyone else who's really deep in it has ever considered. It's like you bring this genius perspective to things because you aren't limited by the typical confines. I keep seeing like this rectangle of like everyone else is inside this rectangle and you're just dancing in it and outside of it. And it's like it's almost like the walls of the rectangle, like other people are bumping up against it and they can't escape it. They can't see outside of it. But for you, it's like you can just move through those walls almost. They don't exist. You're on a different plane, this plane of creativity. Wow. That is so cool. And that is so valuable. I just saw 555. That is absolutely confirmation. That's what guides wanted you to know here. So already you can see this can be, if you're not already doing some level of consulting or some level of creative problem solving or some level of creative innovation or thinking outside the box in your day job, in your business, in any of your money making activities, in your financial doings, your investments, anything. Like if you aren't using this because you're dismissing it and thinking, I can't do that because, no one else is doing that. No one else is doing it, so it must be wrong. It's not going to work. It won't make me money. It won't be good. It won't be enough. Like if you have those thoughts and those shadows, it's the universe is really wanting, I keep getting, they're like, we want to wake you up and activate your understanding in you right now of how powerful this creativity is, because of course no one else is doing it the way that you envision doing it or acting on those ideas you have, because no one else is having those ideas. Very few people around you in your industry, at your job, in your life are this creative, are this limitless. And you don't realize that because you this whole life you live it in your head with these gifts, so you don't realize how powerful they are. Deck one, but they're so powerful. So of course, what you want to do is different. That's your gift. The visions, the ideas you have. The ideas you have. That's the gift. That's the thing that's going to make you wealthy. That's the thing that's going to get you to the next level of abundance, right? Like you aren't supposed to be working, investing money, doing all the things everyone else is doing the same way they're doing it. You're supposed to be doing it differently to show others what can happen, to innovate, right? Like that's what you're meant to be doing. That is so cool. Like, wow. We also have the fate, accepting help, guidance, right? Like this is the beautiful thing. You aren't afraid to ask for help with your new ideas, with your outside of the box thinking. It's like I get that you're like the idea person. And it doesn't mean you can't actually build something and you can't create something, but your ideas, this is such beautiful, powerful guidance coming through from my Arrow Collective. They're saying that the way money is meant to flow to you, the channel money is meant to flow to you, right? The most valuable asset you have, Deck One, is your ideas and your creativity, not the amount of hard work you put in to build or execute on those ideas. So while yes, you can build or execute on ideas, you are meant to be getting paid so much just for your ideas. Like again, as a consultant, that's what keeps coming through, something like that, or bringing some element of that into what you do. Or even if you're a manager, like maybe your idea, if you have a management position in a company, is you're meant to be kind of innovating or seeing where things could be better tweaked or better structured or rearranged with your team or the workflow. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you here, if you know your human design, if you don't, that's fine. It's a beautiful spiritual modality that I have a lot of expertise in, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you who ended up here with Deck One are projectors or manifestors. You don't have to be. You could also have gifts in your chart that are projected or manifesting channels, right? But you're an idea person. You're an initiator. You're someone who sees things from a different perspective. You're not necessarily going to find the wealth in all the hard work and all the doing. You're going to find wealth when you own how valuable your ideas are and charge appropriately, or put yourself in jobs where you're being paid to bring your ideas and creativity to the table. That's what you're meant to be doing. Like that's where the big bucks are for you, is what I'm getting. And what a permission slip, truly. What a permission slip. Heck, when I say this as a projector myself in human design. And again, if you don't know what human design is, it's not necessary, but I will leave a link to my playlist above, and I'll leave it below in the description and pinned comment, so you can kind of explore what human design is if you're interested in that spiritual modality. But for me, as a projector, when I found out I was a projector in human design, I was like, wow, this is like the biggest permission slip, because I'm not meant to be doing as much. I still can do some, like more than maybe a manifestor will, but especially as I'm an energy projector. But my ideas, my perspective, my wisdom is what's valuable and is what's going to help people the most, and therefore what is going to get result in the most money coming my way when I own how valuable my perspective and my insights are, right? And it wasn't until I owned how valuable those things were and how valuable they were to others that I could start receiving more and more money for them, right? Which is why I like these readings. It's all insights. It's all guidance, right? When I work with people one-on-one, it's guidance, it's insights. I'm definitely not doing their work for them in their business or to manifest I'm just guiding, right? And it's like you specifically, you might be a guide, you might be more of like a leader, more of the manifestor energy, but whatever it is, and outside of human design, it's like you have a different perspective, a different viewpoint. You can see more options and more resources, more resolutions, more ideas, more solutions, more options, more innovations than most other people in the world can see, deck one. And that is so valuable because that's how society moves forward. That's how people grow and innovate. That's how things continue to be bettered. And so that's what you're meant to be doing. If you can bring an element of like almost that consulting energy or that creative thinking outside the box innovation or problem solving to whatever you do to make money, like that is going to take it to the next level. You're going to get promotions, raises, your business will just scale insanely fast. Like I'm just seeing so much abundance on the other side that I just saw 222 on my phone for you. Some good confirmation. Okay, we also have the fate accepting help and guidance. I think I was starting to get into this and then I backtracked into human design, but you're not afraid to ask for help with your ideas, right? Like this is where like, it's like the doing is not where the money is for you. It's the ideas is where the money is for you. And you have to, this is the most important thing. And I kind of already channeled this and touched on it before really getting this card. But with our priest card here, perseverance and faith, the key to unlocking this for you is that you have to be so sure and so kind of validated and anchored into the value of your creativity. You have to have faith in the value of your ideas and of your ability to think outside the box before anyone else will, right? You have to see that first, right? It's not enough for you to show up and say, okay, well, Taylor said in the reading that I'm a creative thinker, so I'm going to go share my ideas with my boss and I hope they're good enough and I hope it gets me a raise. It's like you can't go in there with that wobbly energy of I hope it's good enough. You have to know how valuable your ideas are, because then when you speak and you communicate and you share your ideas from a place of being fully anchored into your personal power, into the value of your gift and your creativity, that is when you communicate it in a way with an energy, with a tone, with word choice that will land more with people than if you go in there going, well, I'd like to do this, but what do you think? You think it's any good? I don't know. It's just a silly idea I had. It's like no one wants that. You have to show up valuing this, right? Valuing your ideas. Take some practice, right? Take some practice. We're going to I'll draw a card from our Wealthy Woman deck here. This is the deck I authored. Bountiful Blessings. I feel like another one's coming up. Yeah, Mend the Flow. That makes sense. And we also have a Garden of Wealth. Yeah, of course. Okay. All of this is just really nice confirmation and a little bit of extra guidance on unlocking this skill and this gift for you. First of all, the universe is saying, as soon as you really learn to validate this stuff and heal the shadows, right? Like heal those stories that say like, I don't think my ideas are that or like my creativity, my insights are that valuable. No one's going to listen to me or pay me a ton of money for that. Like that's out of the realm of possibility for me, or that's not me. If you have that is what needs to be healed, right? And then once you shift that and you start going, no, I'm amazing and my creativity is a gift, is a blessing, then more material external blessings will line up to reflect that in your life, right? And they'll manifest to reflect that in your life. But it all comes from that deep place of knowing your worth, right? Knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing how powerful your unique gifts are, right? This is a lot of what we're doing. We're going to be anchoring deeper into your personal power and the way that translates into money with our Sacred Wealth activations coming up, which is when you pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal, you get free access to that with proof of purchase. So I'll leave all the info to pre-order this and do that below. But we're now I want to flip through here and see what comes through, because this is my new journal, but it's so much more than a journal. It has more things than prompts in here. affirmations, exercises. So I'm going to flip through here and see what guidance wants to come through. This is one of my favorite ways to use this journal. I just kind of see, I close my eyes and see what's coming through for deck one. Woohoo, okay. So we have money mantras for cultivating universal trust. So I'm going to offer you these 3 mantras, and you take whichever one resonates the most with you. And I recommend you could pause the video or you could do this afterwards, but take whichever one of these mantras resonates the most with you and then repeat it 20 times. And then after doing so, reflect on what came up for you while reciting it. So here are the 3 options for you for mantras. The universe is always working to bring me the abundance I desire. I do not have to walk the path to prosperity alone. I am divinely supported and always guided to more abundance. So the reason I see these coming up for you, that we were led to these money mantras for universal trust, for cultivating universal trust with the flow of money, is that I get that you have to cultivate some level of trust that if you show up totally convinced and in conviction of your ideas and how valuable your creative perspective and problem solving is, then there's gonna be an element of trust. Like, you're gonna have to trust that if you show up in that conviction, that the money's gonna come, right? That people are also gonna see it. It requires a level of trust, and that's actually true. It's something I can attest to personally. There have been so many times in my career, in my business, where I have had to validate my own gifts, validate, like even with these readings, validate that these are valuable, that the wisdom coming through is potent and activating for people, and that it carries some sort of value. And I had to trust that people would understand these readings, because my readings are very different from other readings out there. It's different because of my background, my perspective, right? My insights, the fact that I talk about purely money and career. It's like I channel very different kind of guidance than what's out there for the most part with these sorts of readings. And I had to choose several months ago when I started doing these readings to believe that they carried value. And I had to trust that those of you who found it, who it resonated with, would get it. I had to trust in that. I had to trust you would also see the value if I saw the value and presented it as something valuable. And guess what? You did. Like, people did see that. And if you're still watching this reading, I'm guessing even if you're new here, you're seeing the value, right? So it's like, and if you're not, that's okay. It's not for everyone. But I trust that the people it's meant for are going to find it and see the value, and the money will flow in one way or another, whether it's from these readings or some other place. But it's like, I have had to cultivate that trust, and that might be what you need to cultivate. And it starts with you going first, right? It starts with you going first. It's the big thing. My gosh, we've gone so deep into just this just this one gift. It might just be this one gift for you. I feel like this gift, though, is like so, I don't want to say universally applicable. I want to say it's, well, yeah, it kind of is. For you, it's universally applicable. It's like this can be applied to almost any job or any industry, or if you're in a job where you don't feel like you're allowed to have your creative expression, or your creative, in ideas and perspective shared or honored or valued, it might be time to look at jobs that will honor that. And that could honestly result, I'm seeing, in like not just a lateral move to a better place where you're, being paid to be more creative in your thinking, but also to a position where you're getting paid more right off the bat to do that, right? Like, do you know how few people come into like job interviews or even talk on, like position themselves in their business as saying like, I can see the things you can't. I can see the things that are, I can see creative solutions to your problems that no one else is going to come up with. I can see how things can be made more efficient. Whatever way this, comes for you, this gift kind of plays out. But it's like, no one says that sort of stuff in an interview. Very few people do, but that's the difference between someone who's just going to stay at the entry level work versus someone who is going to be hired right into a managerial position or quickly promoted up into it, or be promoted up into a position where they're getting paid to just come up with ideas and not have to actually execute on them, right? And just oversee the execution of them. So that's the difference is like, yes, not a lot of people do that, but that's because not a lot of people are meant to be paid for their ideas, and you are. And that also applies to business, right? It applies to anything with money. It's like so few people believe in the value of their ideas, and that's why so few people get paid for their ideas. It's like they don't believe in it. And they also, a lot of people just don't have this ability to come up with these amazingly, infinitely creative ideas as you do. So let's get some want any last guidance? Your deck. Sodalite, speak your truth, of course. And Garnet, ignite your passion. So, speak your truth, speak up, share your ideas, the creative solutions you see to things, the different ways you see things, it's all valid. The idea that it's not is just an illusion. It's the conditioning of people who don't have this gift and are projecting that onto the rest of the world. So what are you passionate about? This is the kind of practical next steps. Identify what you're passionate about. Deck 1, like what are you passionate about? And start looking at where do you see things differently? What's your truth around it? Not facts, but what's your truth around it? And what ideas do you have around it? What ways is your creativity sparked around it? What ideas do you have when you look at that thing that you're passionate about? And see if you can bring that into your, oh my goodness, into your business, into your money-making activities, into your job, into the way you manage your money, whatever it is, right? And then we have here our last card. Keep trying. I saw 2222 for you. Nice confirmation. This is also 4 if that's relevant for anyone. Keep trying, right, with the star. I am getting that if at first, it's like if first you don't succeed, try again. If at first you start sharing your truth, you start sharing your creative ideas, your outside the box thinking, and they don't find traction, keep trying, right? I almost see like these little stars and then this big star. It's like it might take a couple attempts or a couple different jobs or it's also 111 right now. That's the time while I'm filming this. It's 1:11 in the afternoon. Oh my goodness. So many angel numbers for you. There's so much alignment in this. It might take a couple of attempts to finally kind of figure out the way to present things, to really anchor into your power and speaking that personal truth and that conviction, right? Like, and sharing your ideas from a place of knowing their worth. It's like, it might take a little bit of practice. It definitely did for me. Okay. So don't get discouraged if the first 2 or 3 times you try to present your ideas to your boss, to your audience, to your partner, because you share finances together. It's like, if at first those things don't get traction, that's okay. Go back, anchor back into your worth, look at what you're passionate about again, find another creative idea. You have an infinite amount, which means you're capable of making infinite amounts of money, which is very exciting, but just keep trying. Keep trying until you kind of, it's not a matter of, part of it's finding the right people to speak to, but that kind of happens naturally. It's more about fine-tuning your ability to connect to your power, your worth, the worth of your ideas, to trust in that and trust that the universe is going to line things up for you, like with our mantras and with our Bountiful Blessings card, when you're sharing those ideas and seeing the value and basically asking or being open to being paid for them. So keep trying, and it's going to pay off. Like, you're going to have this star moment. You're going to become the star of the show. It's going to happen, but this is something to fine-tune. But once you master this, like, money, I see, will not be a problem for you. It will never feel off limits to you, or a new level of it will never feel off limits to you, because you always got to come back to these creative ideas. So, wow. Oh my goodness, deck 1. This was amazing and so powerful. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always really appreciate getting to see your comments and hearing how these readings connect with you. It means the world to me, so thank you for commenting. You are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. I will put the link to pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal that we pulled from below if you want to reserve your own copy, as well as the link to order the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck and the Creatrix Awakened from my fellow Muse Oracle Press author. If you do order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal from me, know that there is also a second link for you to follow below to claim your spot in the upcoming live Sacred Wealth activation with me that I'm giving access to for free to anyone who pre-orders the journal when you send proof of purchase to my team. So that link to do so and follow instructions will be below. This live Sacred Wealth activation is a live workshop. It's going to be held on the upcoming autumn equinox to expand your ability to easily create, receive, and hold more wealth than ever before in your life. We'll be activating and amplifying the code for Money is power, rooting into your personal power. We'll be doing that with a live interactive collective reading with me, followed by guided journaling and Q&A and personalized card pulls from me as well. So definitely pre-order your copy of The Way of the Wealthy Woman Journal. 1, because it's amazing, and 2, because this live event is going to be mind-blowing and you get it for free with proof of purchase. Now, if you want more ongoing support and access to all the resources you need to more quickly manifest this financial glow up that is in store for you, definitely come join me and over 200 other people inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. This is my low-cost monthly membership that I created to be your one-stop shop for all things money manifestation. Being in the Wealth Vibe membership is the only way to get daily exclusive money readings from me, purchase private readings from me, join our book club and monthly money manifesting challenges, and connect with our amazing like-minded high vibe community there. That link for the Wealth Vibe is below as well, and I would love to get to see you there. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance and a deep knowing of the true value of your ideas and your boundless creativity, Deck 1. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 2. We are going to dive into your reading to see what skill or trait will make you rich, will help you get to that next level of abundance that you desire. I have a feeling that this skill or trait will come easily to you, and maybe something that you've overlooked or didn't realize was as valuable as it is. We may end up shining a light on more than one skill here, but we will see how this reading unfolds. My hope is that this reading gives you some inspiration, ideas of how you can leverage gifts or skills that you have for more abundance, or shows you where you're already on the right track to manifesting more wealth and you can just kind of double down on it. So let's move your crystal out of the way. We're gonna dive right in and start shuffling. We're gonna get our first card here with, this is our Creatrix Awakened Oracle deck from my fellow Muse Oracle Press author that my publisher sent me, and I'm so excited to share it with you. It's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Priestess of Atlantis, Prowess, Architect, Mastery. Oh my goodness. All right, I have already some guidance coming through for you, but we are going to pull just a couple more cards here to get some more clarity on this gift for you. Okay, let's get some more clarity, universe. Let's see what we have. We have the Smith. We have this in reverse. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, there's the rest of our cards we needed. Let's see what you have here. We have the Wise One, which is also reverse, Tradition and Order. We have the Pilgrim, Opportunities and Growth. We also have the Merchant, Self-Worth and Trade. Let's make sure I can fit all of these on screen for you. These are gorgeous. I think we're going to overlap a little bit here. All right. So my loves, my deck 2s. Okay, so the big gift that's coming through here, the big skill that is going to help you achieve more wealth, make you wealthy, right? Get to this next level of abundance, is this Priestess of Atlantis card. So Prowess, Architect, Mastery. You are so good at mastering the things that interest you, the things that feel expansive to you. You are very good at becoming a master of different things. You might be someone who is an expert, like the word expert, master, just like best of the best, top of your field, right? Like these are the things that are coming through from my guides for you that describe you. You're someone who it's like you're often the big fish in the little pond, right? When you're living up to your full potential, when you're allowing yourself to be. I get that there might be some shadows about it, but we will probably touch on that in a bit. But you are someone who, it's like you're meant to go deep, 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 deep into, like even you think about Atlantis, like in the ocean, deep, right? Like you're meant to go deep into the structure of things, into knowing like the inner workings of things and really understanding it and having a mastery over it so that you can leverage it, so that you can help things grow to their full potential. So this could be that you have, for some of you I'm seeing you could be psychology, mindset coaches, things like that, where you understand the inner workings of people incredibly well, whether this is innately or through learning, but you understand the inner workings of people very well. and you can help them kind of live to their full potential. This could be coaching for some of you, things like that. For some of you, it could be, that you have a very deep understanding of physics, and it just came naturally to you. It was easy to learn, or you mastered that, and you're able to use that. Maybe you're an engineer and you're able to engineer things more masterfully than other people can, with more expertise, more expediency, more efficiency, right? Like, these are just examples. This is a general reading, so I'm seeing there's 40 different paths I'm being shown all at once of different careers where this can work. But it's you're meant to be in a senior position if you're in a job, right? You're meant to be at the top of your field in a niche if you are, an entrepreneur. You're meant to be one of the greats at what you do, right? You are just masterful at it. And I get that this is something that you might not see the value of, or really truly appreciate. I think you do understand, because in our society we are very much kind of conditioned to measure ourselves as how masterful we are at something, how in depth we can go with something. But I get, for a lot of you, a lot of this mastery came very easily, and so it doesn't feel that it's that special, or you've mastered many things and it just comes so easily, and you're oh, it's just easy. If people just try, then it would just work for them. No, because they don't have this innate skill to be able to master things. This kind of soul blueprint is what I'm getting, that you're meant to go really deep into things in this lifetime and be able to understand them, maybe even explain them, be able to then again help, because the inner workings. I keep getting the inner workings of a clock. If you understand, if you just have a base, we all have a base understanding, right? Of you think of a wristwatch, right? With the hands, not digital, right? It could be digital, but I'm getting the image of cogs in a watch. And it's if you have a base, general surface level understanding of that, you kind of know the gears turn things and it moves things and blah, blah, blah. But you wouldn't be able to, open up a watch and actually, if it weren't working properly, get it working the best it could work with just a kind of general knowledge of this is how generally it works. No, you have to understand how everything is working together, all of the little precise mechanics, the little tiny details of it, right? It's you're so good at that. Other people aren't, right? You are the master watchmaker is what I'm getting. You're able to not just make, but also go in and improve things, tweak things. You're able to understand the inner workings of things. It even could be, for some of you, you understand the inner workings and dynamics of multi-million-dollar businesses, and you can go in and find where they're losing profit and where they can increase their margins and blah, 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 blah. It's you understand the inner workings of things very easily, which means you have mastery over them, which means you can, I don't even want to say manipulate, because it has such a negative connotation, but you can again help it grow to its full potential, right? You can leverage the power of something, or of some inner working of some sort, whether it's inner workings of people, inner workings of a cohesive sports team, if you're a sports coach, inner workings of the programming languages and things you can do with programming for video games or software applications. It's you can easily, this is an easy thing for you to do, is understand the inner workings of things. It might not be all things, but you have a kind of wheelhouse. For some of you, it's all things. You can just get in there and understand all the little details, and that's where you thrive, right? But it's you have that ability to do that, and that is so valuable, because it makes you a specialist. It makes you, even if I'm getting that some of you might be listening to this and going I'm not a specialist, I'm a jack of all trades. It's really think about it. It might not be the traditional skills and areas where you're able to master the inner workings of things, but can you master the inner workings of even learning, right? The inner workings of do you understand the way, in a different way than most people do, on a different level, that energy works, that manifestation works? You are a specialist in something, if not multiple things. And that is the gift. That is where the money is for you. I get that it doesn't take a lot of, again, action or overthinking or mental struggle to master things, which is why you maybe write it off, right? It's why you might write it off and not realize how valuable it is. I also get that you're likely quite wise, right? We have the wise one reversed here, but you see it in a non-conventional way. Either the things you are able to see the inner workings of very easily and master and be able to exploit and leverage and, fully harness for full potential. Those things in and of themselves might be kind of non-conventional. So again, it might be manifestation. It might be more esoteric stuff. It might be, more in the coaching realm, like things that aren't necessarily like the mainstream. Or it could just be the way that you go about learning is a little bit, and like mastering things is a little out of the ordinary. Like your approaches are unorthodox. And so that kind of results with these two cards reversed. And you may be thinking like, I didn't learn this with a traditional degree, or I didn't learn it the way I was taught to learn it at school. I learned it my own weird way that just makes sense to me, or it just comes so innately and naturally to me. So therefore it's not real. It's not valuable. What if there might be a lot of imposter syndrome around it, but the universe is saying, deck 2, stop dimming your light. Stop watering down how masterful you are, how much of a specialist you are, how uniquely intelligent you are and wise you are around the inner workings of whatever things you understand, right? That is when you understand, when you actually start to stop telling yourself and dismissing and writing off the wisdom and the knowledge and the like expertise that you have, and you start owning, again, the title of like an expert. That is where the money is going to come in. So it might be something to incorporate into your title if you are an entrepreneur and really get yourself behind and align with. It could be something that you start to show up more just in the energy of being an expert and the expertise and owning your expertise and expecting other people to acknowledge your expertise as well when you show up at your day job or things like that, right? Because that's going to change how they see you and your ideas. I see that. I already spoke to this before I even really got to this card, the Pilgrim, opportunities and growth. You easily see how things can grow and become like more profitable, become more impactful, become more efficient, like just be bettered and reach their full potential because you understand the inner workings of it, right? You understand how the watch can perform at its best, at its most accurate and precise, right? Like to its full potential. You understand the inner workings, and therefore you understand the full potential and how it can get there, or how someone can get to their full potential. Like that's when you bring that focus into what you do in little or small ways, like little or big ways, the way you manage your team at work, the way you, present ideas to your boss and say like, hey, I think we could do this better in our team or in our workflow or in the way we work or in these projects. And you start sharing and showing that expertise, like you are going to be massively rewarded for it, is what I'm getting. Same within your business. If you're an entrepreneur, start calling yourself an expert. Start, owning that, or go look for jobs where you're allowed to share and you're invited to, welcome, encouraged to share your expertise, your insights, your inner knowledge and inner workings, right? Because with the merchant, it's like, you're meant to be compensated for this. This is just confirmation. You're meant to be compensated once you understand the value that you bring to the table with your expertise, and how not everyone has that natural ability that you do, that knack for understanding the inner workings of things and how that can be used to help some project or person or entity or collective reach a potential. When you realize that not everyone can do that and you really realize how valuable that is, it's like you're going to have no trouble being paid more and more, compensated massively for this gift. So very, very exciting. I was like with deck 1, I was like, oh, we're probably going to cover a bunch of different skills. We did 1 because we went in depth like this. It's the same for you. It's like, this is the big thing that can be applied to so many areas of your life, of your career, that source really wants you to know. Ooh, if you're not sure what where your expertise is yet, or where your specialty is, it's like, look for the signs. Or if you're not sure how to share it yet and be compensated, look for the signs. There's little signs from the universe. I get that, like maybe the same job posting has been coming up for you, or maybe, you've met multiple people who kind of do the thing that you wish you could do, but you don't think you have the expertise to do, right? But get really still, right? Get really still and look and kind of reflect on, what has the universe been really showing you lately? Like, that's trying to point you towards where your expertise is going to be best leveraged and compensated. And once you feel it, you'll know you're onto the right thing, like the right job opportunity, the right, right way to approach sharing your expertise at work, the right area where you're a specialist, where you have this expertise. And you're going to know what it is, because it's going to feel like a relief when you realize it. And it's going to feel like a permission slip. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. It's going to feel like this, oh my gosh, if I could get paid for that, that would be amazing. Or, oh my gosh, why haven't I seen that before? Of course this is valuable to people. And why have I been playing it small? It's like, it's going to feel like the weight of the world has been lifted off your shoulders, because you are going to, like, I almost see like in an instant of doing some deep reflection, you're going to start to see a lot of a lot of the worth and the depth that you have, right, of your expertise and how valuable it really is. And maybe how I'm getting that a lot of you are not being compensated appropriately for this, like not even close to what you could be and should be compensated for it. Yeah, there's like so much more abundance to you when you get a little bit more curious about what you're a specialist in, what you're an expert in, owning that, and looking at where the universe has kind of been inviting you to share it already, right? Either in your current job, in your current business, or, with where your clients have been asking you for support, to share your expertise, right? Like, where have you already been? There's already been those opportunities is what I'm getting. And you just haven't seen them for what they are, as opportunities to step into more abundance by owning your expertise, because you don't necessarily see yourself as an expert or as much of an expert as you should see yourself. Like if you already see yourself as an expert, multiply that by at least 10. Like you're way more skilled, way more masterful, way more of a master of your craft than you realize, right? So these are our cards from my Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. We are going to now channel some guidance from the Way of the Wealthy Woman, which is my newest journal that's available for pre-order, but it is so much more than a journal. So one of my favorite things about this journal is you can go through it in order, but you can also flip through to whichever page you just land on, and that's the guidance you need. So we're going to do that to channel some guidance with where we are in the reading right now. So let's see. I'm going to close my eyes and just flip. Ooh, walking in worthiness. Okay, so this is one of the little mini chapters. What's really standing out to me, right, is this is our worthiness section. This journal is broken up into 4 sections. And this piece right here, I'm going to read this to you because I feel like this is what you need to hear. There is no question in the wealthy woman's mind that she is deserving or capable of having the wealth she desires. She does not measure her worth or potential based on the level of worldly prosperity she currently possesses, or on how much she is willing to struggle or sacrifice. She knows that she is already infinitely wealthy within, and that the acquisition of outward material abundance is merely a matter of allowing the wealth of her soul to shine through. The wealthy woman walks the path to abundance with a confident, unhurried stride. As she does not seek out abundance. Rather, she looks for opportunities to better understand and share her unique gifts with the world. You could even say your unique expertise with the world. Within her is the deep knowing that these innate qualities she possesses are what make her valuable beyond measure and will easily bring abundance to her. It is from this place of deep understanding of her innate worth that the wealthy woman can selflessly offer her gifts to those who need them and, in return, gracefully receive all the prosperous blessings that the universe bestows upon her. So, where are you not owning your expertise and the value of it, and how maybe even underpaid you are? I get that you're not owning this expertise as deeply as you could, and therefore not getting compensated as well for it as you could, because deck 2, it didn't feel like you struggled for it. That's what I got from this. You didn't feel like you struggled for it. And in our society, we're told if you don't struggle, then it's not really worth anything, right? But that's not true. You were born with this gift to share it. It's what you're meant to do. So of course the universe is going to show up and support you in that and compensate you for it and have opportunities come to you to be compensated for this when you own it without a question, without a shadow of a doubt. That you are an expert, no matter which way you came to be an expert, no matter whether it was through the traditional credentialing or studying and that just came easily to you, or it was because you just kind of, the stuff just clicks and you can't explain how you just understand things on such a deep level, but you do. And not everyone does. And that's what you have to remember, is that you don't, just because you didn't work hard for this mastery or expertise, or even if you did, but you feel like you didn't work as hard as someone else or as hard as you could have, that doesn't mean you're not worthy of being compensated for it. It actually is an indicator that you're massively worthy of being compensated for it, because it's one of the gifts you're meant to be sharing with the world. Other people need it. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, really, really valuable. Oh my goodness. Okay. Other guidance for you for deck 2. Malachite, it's time to transform. It's time to transform into actually like owning, oh my gosh, we have IOLA, shift your money mindset. Yeah. Owning that it's like I'm getting like, if you need to go ask for a raise or raise your rates for to be compensated for your expertise in your current role, or go get a better paying job, or go, like I said, raise your rates in your business to better reflect your expertise. The universe is like, please do it. One way or another, it's going to lead to more abundance, right? If that feels right to you, if you've been thinking of that. That's like, it's like, just do it. I'm getting that people already see you as more than an expert than you see yourself. They like, other people recognize your expertise more than you own it unwaveringly in yourself. And so it's like, I see that a lot of you are going to be surprised how easily you ask your boss, you're like, you know what, I feel like I really am exceptionally very good at this, and it's such an asset to the team, can I, at your next performance review, or if you want to do this immediately, right? Like whatever feels aligned, but can we discuss a raise to reflect that value? And you're going to be surprised at how easily the answer is yes, or if they don't say yes, how easily you will be able to get another job where you are paid more appropriately for your expertise. You will be surprised at how quickly you sign clients at a higher rate that accurately reflects your expertise when you understand it, right? But it's like, it's time to actually transform yourself and transform your knowing, and show up and ask for what you can be paid for, like what you're actually worth, because you are worth more than you can measure. Your expertise is worth more than you can measure. Deck 2. All right, here is the card that just flew out on top there, which was magnetism through gratitude. Also 31, if that's relevant for anyone. Magnetism through gratitude. Again, it starts with you being grateful for, man, I'm getting this guidance, like, be grateful for your mind. Like, you have a brilliant mind. Deck 2, you have a brilliant mind. Be grateful for it. You don't have to be cocky about it. Or Rooster, you don't have to be cocky about it. You just have to be rooted in that gratitude for your mind. Like, love your mind, love your wisdom, your expertise, honor it, show up with love and gratitude and honor for the expertise you hold, and speak from that place, and share your expertise, apply your expertise, ask to be compensated for your expertise from this place of deep gratitude for your expertise, for yourself, for your innate ability to go so deep into things and understand the inner workings of things and their full potential that they can reach. Like, value that. That's like, because when you think about it, everyone in the world, like everyone, every company, every person, it's like everyone wants to live or achieve or reach the full potential. Whether that is, and everyone's definition of full potential is very different. Like, for some people, full potential is living a happy, healthy, long life. For some people, full potential is leaving generational wealth or a legacy behind them. For some people, full potential is changing millions of lives. For some people, full potential is just living in the present moment and feeling at one with the universe. For some corporations or companies, full potential is making as much money as possible in the most efficient way as possible. For some companies, it's making the biggest impact on the world and changing paradigms or social structures in a positive way, right? Like, everyone and everything has different definitions of full potential. You can easily see the inner workings of things and what potential something can reach and how to get it there. That's wildly valuable, because everyone and everything in some shape or form wants to reach some sort of full potential. So do you see how valuable this is? Like, this is one of the things everyone wants in some way. And you have that ability to do that and help people or things or energies with that. That's wildly, wildly valuable. And you should be getting paid a ton more money, a lot more recognition, a lot more freedom, and a lot more gratitude to do that. So, and it starts with you, right? To start with having gratitude for this amazing, amazing skill you have. All right, deck 2. Wow, gosh, this reading was like, these readings are blowing my mind. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading, deck 2. I did. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from this reading. Let me know how it resonated. I always really appreciate getting to see your comments and hearing how these readings connect with you. It means the world to me. You are, of course, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance if you're not already subscribed. I will put the link to pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal below for you if you want to reserve your own copy, as well as the links to order your copy of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck and pre-order the Creatrix Awakened. Lots of awesome tools coming up for you here. If you do pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal, be sure to then follow the other link that I'll leave below, where you can claim your spot in the upcoming live Sacred Wealth activation with me that I'm giving access to for free to anyone who pre-orders the journal and then sends proof of purchase to my team. So the link to do that is below. This live Sacred Wealth activation with me is a workshop that it's going to be held on Zoom on the upcoming autumn equinox to expand your ability to easily create, receive, and hold more wealth than ever before in your life. We're going to be activating and amplifying the code for money is power within you, with live interactive collective reading with me, followed by guided journaling and Q&A and personalized card pulls from me. So definitely pre-order your copy of the journal because 1, it's amazing, and 2, this live event is going to be mind-blowing and you get it for free with proof of purchase of the journal. If you want more ongoing support to manifest the wealth you desire into your life, then definitely come join me and over 200 other people inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. This is my low-cost monthly membership that I have designed to be your one-stop shop for all things money manifestation. Plus, being in the Wealth Vibe membership is the only way to get daily exclusive mini money readings from me, the option to purchase private readings from me. It's the only place where you can join our High Vibe book club, our monthly money manifesting challenges, and connect with our wonderful like-minded high vibe community there. The link for the Wealth Vibe is below as well, and I would love to connect with you inside. So with all of that being said, Deck 2, I am wishing you massive prosperity and abundance and a true valuing and sharing and compensation of your wild expertise. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, Deck number 3, we are going to dive into your reading to see what skill or trait or gift will make you rich, what will help you reach that next level of abundance that you desire. I have a feeling that a lot of these will be skills or traits, like these things that come through are going to be skills or traits that come easily to you, that maybe you've overlooked or didn't realize were as valuable as they are. We may end up shining a light on more than one skill here. We'll see how the reading unfolds. So far, the other 2 piles have just been one skill that we went so deep with and how to use it. So that's likely what'll come up here. But regardless, my hope is that this reading gives you some inspiration, some ideas of how you can leverage gifts and skills you have for more abundance, or even just shows you where you're already on the right track to manifesting more wealth and you can just kind of double down on that. So let's move your crystal out of the way and we will start shuffling. I'll pull your first card here to just see what your skill is. Creatrix Awakened. I choose conscious creation. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me grab some more cards to expand on this because I'm already getting some really cool guidance, but I want to make sure we have some details for you. What else do we have for Deck 2? We have the Miser reversed. Stubbornness, inflexibility, but we have this in reverse. What else do we have coming up? We have the Patron. Ooh, mentorship, finances. Always love to see that with a money reading. And maybe at least one more card here for you. We have the Warrior, perfectionism, burnout, but it is reversed. Okay, very interesting. All right, Deck 3. Here's what I'm seeing for you. Your, at least the first gift, the main gift here that the universe wants to highlight for you. The skill you have that's going to help you get to that next level of wealth that you desire. It's going to make you richer than you have ever been. Is your ability to manifest things. You are a master manifester. Like you're a master at manifesting what you desire. And I'm getting that as soon as I say that, there's some resistance popping up for a lot of you. Not all of you, but for a lot of you. Some of you might say, yeah, I'm a master manifester, but I haven't been able to leverage that for wealth. Don't worry, we're going to dig into that here. For a lot of you, though, you don't believe you are, right? So if you don't believe you're a master manifester, because especially around money, you've been like, I've been trying to manifest more wealth for years, decades, my whole life, and it's never come or it's never happened the way I want it to. The universe is saying to me that you have manifested so much without realizing it, right? Like that I'm just seeing that there is for most of you who've landed on this reading, and I know that the gift of like manifestation can sound really nebulous, but we're gonna talk about how this actually applies and where you can dive deeper into it, but to leverage it for wealth. But I'm getting that like your mind and body and energy connection, so especially your like mind and spirit connection, is so powerful. Deck 3. I'm getting that your connection between your mind and then what it creates in your reality with your energy, the energy it sends out, is like more powerful than most. And it's not to say, here's the thing, I believe everyone can become a master manifester in their own way, but you have a unique proclivity for it. Like you are, it just becomes more innately, like in this lifetime, your soul came here with more of the desire to play this out, is what I'm getting. And you are very good at getting clear on what you want and what you don't want. This is a kind of element of this gift, is that you're decisive, right? You are very decisive. You're able to easily identify what you want and what you don't want. And that in itself is a gift, but it is part of this bigger gift of you're able to identify what you want and what you don't want. And then you're able to fixate on whatever you want or don't want, and therefore call in the thing that you are mentally fixating on in. Now, this is, as you can imagine, a double-edged sword, and it's where a lot of you might feel like you aren't, this isn't a skill, and this isn't something that helps make you money, right? Because your mind is exceptionally strong. That's what I'm getting. Your mind is exceptionally strong, Deck 3, meaning that if you feel like you do not resonate at all with being a master manifester, it is quite a sign that you probably are one, because you've likely, without realizing it, used your mind to identify what you don't want and fixate on that. And therefore, because you're fixing on it, even in non-fixation, it could be that you're worrying about it, or you are trying actively to avoid it rather than manifesting, rather than fixating on what you do want. You're actively trying to maybe manifest money in order to avoid missing that bill or not being able to pay rent or, you know, dipping into your savings or something. It's like you are very good at identifying what you want, what you don't want, but that also means that you have to be careful with what you kind of allow your mind to latch onto, because it'll latch onto either what you want or don't want. And so those of you who are like, yeah, I'm a master manifester, you've likely either trained your mind or just been able to fall into the pattern somehow of latching onto what you do want and focusing on it and bringing that into your life. And if that's you on this reading, then it's like double down on that and really start getting more and more intentionally clear on what you want and going deeper with it and knowing that like you have a very strong gift for being able to just focus on what you do want and call it in. For a lot of you here, if you do not resonate with being a master manifester, then it's because likely, right? Think about what you're currently manifesting around money that seems like it's blocked. Have you been really focusing on, fixating on, obsessing on, latching onto the outcome you do want? Or have you been trying to manifest an outcome to avoid what you don't want? Because if you are trying to manifest something to avoid what you don't want, you're still looking at what you don't want. So for example, if you're trying to avoid not having enough money, so you're trying to manifest a certain amount of money or more money in general to avoid not having enough money, you are continually still in some way splitting your energy and partially manifesting not having enough money. And because your mind is so powerful with what it sends out into the world, you are then easily manifesting that. And so that's why it feels like you're stuck. That's why it feels like you're not a master manifester. It's just that you haven't realized how powerful your mind is. So now that you know that, what would it look like to actually try to manifest the thing you do want, to manifest the amount of money you want and the results you want from it, not from a place of I'm trying to avoid failure or this thing I don't want, but rather from a place of I want to enjoy what I want. I want what I want. This is what I want. What if you unapologetically let yourself want what you want and then went after it and kept fixating on that and on the what if this works? What if this is all perfect? What if everything happens how I want or better? What if I get the money? Rather, what if I don't? Better try to manifest more money because what if I don't? Right? Do you see the difference? Your mind is so powerful. If you look at it through this lens, can you reflect back on all the times where you feel like you haven't been able to manifest what you want and see how maybe there was part of you that was still focusing on it and that's why it came to be, that you actually still manifested it? This can be a little triggering, can be a little a little uncomfortable to sit with and take responsibility for. But when you can do this, deck 3, this is a great gift, because then you realize, oh wow, I haven't actually been masterfully manifesting what I don't want by looking at what I don't want. So instead, if I can actually start to shift into looking at what I do want and not what I want to avoid, and manifest from that place, how fast do you think you're going to manifest what you want? Really freaking fast. Because there's no resistance, because there's no split energy, because your mind is so powerful. So this is the first skill. I get, again, we have the miser with stubbornness and inflexibility. It's reversed, right? Like, so I see that this is where a lot of you have been, is like this stubbornness about what you don't want. Flip it, right? I'm going to flip this card back and forth, but it's like, flip it. Become stubborn about what you do want. Become stubborn in your mind about what you do want, right? I didn't think this was going to be a reading. That was just like a masterclass in being a master manifester and the subtle energetic splits of it. But here we are. This is what you need here. Like, of all the decks, deck 3, you have the ability to just manifest anything you want. Like, the other decks had like more skills that can be applied in all sorts of different ways. But this is a skill that is just like, this is a universal skill. Like, this is just like it's not like you have to find the right field where it can be applied to, or the right niche, or the right industry, or the right investments. It's like, it can be applied to anything. You are magic. Like, you're a magic. You're magic. But you have to awaken to the magic that you are. So get stubborn about what you do want instead of what you don't want, right? See where your mind is stubbornly fixed. I see that you could apply this to, like, again, seriously, to your finances, right? Get clear on what you actually do want instead of avoiding what you don't want with your finances. That's going to just apply it directly to the amount of money you want to see in your bank account versus what you don't want to see, and therefore I need to manifest to try to prevent that from happening, right? Like, do this with the amount of money in your bank account, your paycheck, anything like that, your salary. But also, I see that you could be very well compensated. Once you master this, you could go and teach other people how to master this. Whether you teach on manifestation or you more just teach on the power of decisiveness and the power of like owning your personal power and your ability to take action toward what you want with alignment with what you want instead of what you don't. For some reason, I'm getting like high performance coach, like for athletes could be something for some of you. Again, this is general reading, so that won't be for everyone. High performance coach, mindset coach. You could, I mean, there's just endless possibilities. I won't even get further into it because there's like 30 different options that are being shown to me right now. But you could quite easily become a mentor and teach people how to also unleash their ability to consciously create what they desire, their ability to be a master manifestor, their ability to choose things, right? And choose those things into existence, choose what they're focusing on. So that could be it. I also could see if you struggle with this, go find someone who can help you with this more, right? If you feel called to. I have private and group mentorship that I just recently opened up. My private mentorship is starting to fill. I only have maybe one more spot opening next month, but we have some spaces left in the group mentorship. I'll leave the link below for that in the description and pinned comment if you want to check it out. Not for everyone though, right? You though could be a mentor, right? And do what I do, right? In a way of like helping people in whatever field is right for you, plug into their personal power. That's what I do in my mentorship is I help people plug into their personal power, their ability to take hold of this power and create what they desire, right? And so this is really like the key for you is once you've mastered this, once you start to really get the hang of focusing, becoming stubborn about what you do want instead of what you don't from a mental space and creating that from the inside out, you can start teaching that in different ways with different languaging, right, to others and get highly, highly, highly paid for it, right? So it's not only that you can manifest what you want, you can also teach others how to manifest what they want in whatever, like you could be a teacher, you could be a professor, you could be someone who trains people for success in your company. You could be a coach, work with high performing individuals or athletes. It's like there's a lot of different ways you could do this, but you could become a mentor and be highly compensated because you have this kind of secret understanding of how success, how manifestation, how creating what you desire works once you really unlock this for yourself or really unlock it deeper and go deeper with it, right? I do get that with the warrior card with perfectionism and burnout, right? Like this is probably the kind of only word of warning that's coming up for you is don't try to be, you don't have to be perfect in your thoughts, okay? It's like you will burn yourself out if you are trying to be perfect in your thoughts as you start to more deeply, or for the first time maybe ever, really start to manifest from a place of what you do want versus avoiding what you don't want. This can be exhausting to try to police every single thought. It's more just like, what are you focusing on the majority of the time, right? Like 70% of the time, right? If 30% of the time, 10% of the time, you're focusing on what you don't want and you're trying to kind of manifest from that place, that's okay, because it's like your energy is still split, but it's like over time you close that gap and it'll happen more and more naturally. You don't have to get it right away. Things can still move quickly as you get more and more conscious and better at this. So don't burn yourself out trying to be perfect in your thoughts, right? You don't have to. We're human, right? Like you're gonna always have little fears pop up. You just can't let them take root in your mind or be the thing that, switches or steers your attention and your fixation and the energy you're manifesting from and with, right? So just kind of a little word of warning there. I just have 13 for you. So yeah, just something to be aware of, but not anything bad. Just kind of like, don't beat yourself up. It gets easier and easier over time to close that gap and become more and more and more of, or I should say unlocking more and more your natural ability to manifest so quickly what you desire with your incredibly powerful mind and spirit connection. So very, very cool. Wow. Okay. Let's pull some more cards for you. For deck 3. The conduit. Yeah. Don't be afraid of money going out as much as it comes in. Know that, like with our conduit card I'm getting, this is from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck that I authored. It's part of also what could trip you up with really unlocking your full ability to be a master manifester is, and own that and see the value in that, is that you might manifest large sums of money and then see almost all of that money go out in another way, but don't get tripped up by that. Just manifest more money. And you can also then eventually start to manifest more reserves of money or less money flowing out, but money does want to flow, right? Like the point of money isn't to accumulate it. It's to have it be there to serve you in the way you want and need to be able to live your highest purpose and truth and to the most enjoyment of your life. And then that includes also spending it, but money wants to flow, right? Money is an energy. It wants to move. It doesn't want to stagnate. So don't make a story of it. If you manifest a bunch of money and then a lot goes out, just go, oh, okay, now I'm getting clear on, well, I don't want it all to go out the next time I get a lot of money. So I'm going to manifest a bunch of money. And then I'm also going to manifest that I get to keep like half of it or whatever, right? And allow the other half to flow out. Yeah, but just focus on what excites you most. This is how you unlock, like, don't try to manifest. Also, I'm getting you, okay, this is interesting. This is where your body comes in with your mind, body, spirit connection, right? So the mind, spirit connection, we've already talked about what you, deck 3 particularly, your mind is so strong that what it focuses on is what effortlessly manifests for you, whether you want it or not, right? So that's where you take conscious control of that. But also your body's coming in here with the Pathfinder card. So what excites you, right? It's kind of hard for you to manifest things that you don't really want. Even if you've kind of tricked yourself or lied to yourself into saying, I want this because this is what my family wants, or this is what I think I should want, or what society wants for me. It's like you have to be so true to what you want and get clear on what you want and not think it's selfish or irresponsible or the wrong thing to want or not enough or too much. Or it's like you have to just let yourself want what you want and what excites you and what gives you almost like a physical reaction, like of excitement, right? So that's really important for you to really embrace, right? Yeah, let's see what's coming up. Seasons of Wealth. Ooh, I just got chills. Okay, I see that as soon as you really start to own this, just even a mantra of like, I am a master manifester, and reminding yourself of that regularly and consciously choosing every day, every moment that you can think of it, like, what do I want to create instead of what do I want to avoid, Like the more you can lean into that, the faster things are going to shift for you. Like it's going to shift really, really fast as you start to use this gift. And again, like it's interesting because I thought this is right. Shows you how much I know. I let what comes through come through in these readings. I thought all of these readings would be like skills, right? Tangible, you're a leader, go be a leader, right? Like, and we had a lot of that in decks 1 and 2, though they went a lot deeper than I anticipated, which I love. I love going deep on things. Sagittarius and a projector and a 5-line, but I didn't think we would go so deep into the kind of like energetics of manifestation in the universe. But here we are. You have a natural gift for it. Like if I had to pick a tarot card that would sum you up, you'd be the Magician. That's what I'm getting right now, is like the Magician card for you. So just something to kind of give you that point of reference of like, you are so in tune and so connected to the flow of energy, the ability to manipulate and to, you know, kind of like outwardly project the energy of what you want or what you don't want, whatever you're fixating on, whatever you're focused on, and bring that into physical form. Like it's just more potent naturally within you than with others. It's just, I'm getting that your soul came here to want to like really learn how to master this in this lifetime. So the more you start to play with this consciously, it's like things are going to shift so fast for you. Deck 3, things are going to shift so fast. Your financial reality is going to change faster than you think is possible for you. You're going to get to that next level faster in an easier way than you thought was possible when you actually lean into this belief and the self-concept of I am a master manifester, right? And actually start to like listen and apply like this focus, right? And especially with what excites you. So we're going to do a quick little channeled bit of wisdom from the Way of the Wealthy Woman here, and then we'll pull a couple last cards for you. This is my new, technically a journal, but it's much more than a journal, with activations, prompts, of course, mantras, many channeled writings and chapters on abundance. But this is The Way of the Wealthy Woman, and it is available for pre-order. So I'm going to use it in one of my favorite ways, which is flipping through and just seeing which page opened up for us and what guidance we're meant to hear. So let's adjust my grip and we will go ahead and do that. Oh, vision. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Vision. This is section 4. This journal is split up into 4 sections. I'm just going to read this. This is a whole, like, it's a whole little mini chapter in channeled writing on it, but this is what's going to, oh my gosh, I just noticed. This is the Season of Wealth card. This is the Seasons of Wealth card. Oh my gosh. This is perfect. I can't make it up, you guys. Okay. That's such beautiful confirmation. All right. This is the same card we just drew of things are going to change so fast for you when you get clear on what you're creating, when you clarify your vision on what you are moving toward, right? So this quote, you are not at the whim of the universe. You are the universe. And through your actions, all wealth flows. Okay. You are not at the whim of the universe. You are the universe. And through your actions, all wealth flows. This is like the guidance here is it's like you have to understand how powerful you are. Deck 3, how powerful your mind is, how powerful your energy is, how powerful your focus is, how powerful you are on an innate level. And your understanding of that is going to yield so many results and so much abundance for you, more so and with more ease than other people who are meant to learn other things in this lifetime, right? But that's something that you're here to learn. This is also, when you pre-order The Way of the Wealthy Woman, which I'll leave links below, you get access with proof of purchase. There'll be a separate link to do this where you can claim it. You'll get free access to an upcoming Sacred Wealth activation that I'm doing live. This is a live collective reading, and I'm going to be, we're going to be activating a code for Money is Power, which is connecting you more deeply to your personal power and how we can use that to expand the amount of wealth you can create, manifest, and receive and hold. So I think that'll be especially potent for you. So make sure to grab your own copy of pre-order, The Way of the Wealthy Woman, and then get access to that with me, because I think that'll be so activating if it calls to you. Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. Oh my goodness, deck 3. Set strong boundaries. These aren't boundaries with other people. They're boundaries with yourself. Strong boundaries. It's like, and then angelite support is all around you. It is so important for you to set strong boundaries with your mind, with your thoughts. Like, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be policing every single thought, but don't let yourself entertain fears and worries of what you don't want to have happen and what you're trying to avoid more than is necessary. Meaning, if you're not going to take action on something because you're worried about it or stressed about it and you're just going to fixate on it and mull it over and let it consume you, that is not helpful. That is actively creating what you don't want to create. That's you applying the power of your mind to continue visualizing it, being in the energy of it, drawing it to you, creating it, right? So set strong boundaries with yourself. You could even, just a simple practice, set a reminder on your phone for like every couple hours to go off to just check in with, where's your mind at? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what you want or what you don't want? Or not, none of it. And so therefore you're still not moving toward what you want, right? Like, how often are you letting what you want take residence in your mind versus what you don't want or nothing related to what you want at all, right? Have strong boundaries with yourself. Don't let yourself spiral, right? Don't let yourself spiral. That's the guidance that comes through. Don't let yourself spiral into what you don't want. You gotta create space to be mentally focused on, energetically focused on what you do want. Support is all around you. You are divinely supported. I'm seeing angels. I don't work with angels often, but with this angel light, I'm seeing angels and other spirits, entities of highest light that are surrounding you, just like waiting at your beck and call is what I'm getting, to help create what you want in your reality. They're just like, just focus on it so I can run with it, right? So that you're receptive to it, so that you're a match for it. Like, generate it and I'll bring it to you. I also get that if there are people around you that you feel are, when you're around them, they're contributing to your spiraling. It's like, if you can express it in a way that, maybe they don't understand this languaging that we're using here, but if you can say, look, like, whenever we talk about money or this work or, our coworkers or whatever, it really like bums me out and I really just feel drained. I'd love it if we could talk about things that are more positive or approach things from a more optimistic or, problem solving standpoint, more productive standpoint. It's like, you'll be surprised by how receptive people will be to that in your life and who will be like, oh yeah, I'm on board with that. Action leads to success. Also, one, because you are one with it all. You are the universe, right? As our quote from The Way of the Wealthy Woman said. Action leads to success. From this space, right, when you start to fully allow yourself to focus on what you do want instead of avoiding what you don't want, and you lean into this and you really unlock and awaken this master manifestor gift that you have, you will naturally find yourself taking aligned actions that lead to success. So don't fight the actions that maybe feel a little irrational or that don't make sense, aren't logical. It's like, but if they come from alignment of what you do want instead of avoiding what you don't want, and it feels aligned to you, right, on a physical level, especially like on a gut level, on an intuitive level, if it feels right or exciting or good to you, don't question, take the aligned action, right? If it's coming from avoiding what you don't want, or it doesn't feel aligned, it doesn't excite you, like, then look at that and make sure you're not just leaping into things without using any discretion. But action leads to success, but the action, it's going to feel so easy for you. It's not, it's going to be like breathing. Okay. So yeah, while you're a master manifestor, part of that is you do have body, you do have physical form, taking some action, but it doesn't have to feel hard. It's easy, right? So manifesting the wealth you desire is a matter of focusing on the money or the success or the job or the promotion or the feeling or the clients or the business that you do want, the results you do want, instead of trying to manifest something in order to avoid having to end up with what you don't want. Right? And when you can manifest from that place, like the aligned actions, the inspiration, the ideas, the opportunities, the connections with others, like it all just drops in and you get to move more easily to it. Right? So, oh my goodness, deck 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I mean, I loved it. I've loved all these readings. This video was really, really fun. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from the reading. Let me know how it resonated. I always really appreciate getting to see your comments and hearing how these readings connect with you. It means the world to me. You are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. I will put the link to pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal below for you if you want to reserve your own copy, as well as where you can order the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck and pre-order the Creatrix Awakens deck, which I honestly feel like sets such a powerful tone for all of our readings today. It's a really potent deck, so highly recommend it. Those links will all be below. If you do pre-order the Way of the Wealthy Woman journal, be sure to follow the other link that's below that to claim your spot in the upcoming live Sacred Wealth activation with me that I'm giving access to for free to anyone who pre-orders the journal when you send proof of purchase to my team. The link to do that is below. This live Sacred Wealth Activation Workshop is going to be held on the upcoming autumn equinox to expand your ability to easily create, receive, and hold more wealth than ever before in your life. We're going to be activating and amplifying that code for money is power within you with a live interactive collective reading with me, followed by guided journaling and Q&A and personalized card pull opportunities as well. So definitely pre-order your copy of the journal. 1, because it's amazing, and 2, because this live event is going to be mind-blowing and you get it for free with proof of purchase. If you want more ongoing support and access to more resources for becoming a master manifestor, especially around wealth and abundance, definitely come join me and over 200 other people inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. This is my low-cost monthly membership that I designed to be your one-stop shop for money manifestation. Being in the Wealth Vibe membership is the only way to get exclusive daily mini money readings from me, the option to purchase private readings with me. It's the only way to join our book club, our monthly money manifesting challenges, and connect with our amazing like-minded high vibe community there. That link is below, and I would love to get to see you in the Wealth Vibe. So with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance and unlocking, awakening, deepening of your Master Manifestor Powers Deck 3. And I'll see you in another video very soon.